The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
Well, welcome everybody. For the next 30 minutes, I get the opportunity to walk you through the full offering of OPTAVIA. You may have an introduction to what it is that OPTAVIA does, but in the next 30 minutes, we're going to get a chance to share with you the full offering of everything that OPTAVIA has to offer. And we're going to be sharing some transformation stories from some of the people who have taken advantage of the full offering. Some of you know that OPTAVIA stands for the optimal way of living. You can see it right in our logo. And the 24 radiants that are in that circle are all about creating more optimal days. And maybe you're at a point right now where you're living a pretty good life, but you're looking for more. You're looking for better health, better well-being, better finances. And I can tell you from personal experience and the testimonials of many others that I've had a chance to talk to, OPTAVIA can transform your life, not just physically, but mentally, financially, and even vocationally. I wasn't interested in a career when I first started getting healthier with OPTAVIA. I just wanted to lose some weight and start gaining my health and life back. But what I found with OPTAVIA was there was a whole lot more to what OPTAVIA offered than what I initially saw. I never saw myself as a health coach. I never thought that I would be somebody that would be actually helping other people to get healthier. But as I began to adopt the habits of health and learn how to sustain those habits, I began conversations with friends and family members, and they too were interested in what I was doing. They were attracted to the accomplishment that I was having and how I was feeling. And so I began to introduce them to my coach. And unbeknownst to me, I was actually somebody who could become a catalyst of their change. And so my coach invited me to become a coach. And I had a lot of reservations and conceptions of what coaching was. But what I didn't know was what I didn't know. And I was willing to go ahead and take that opportunity to learn more about what I had to learn about health and how I could begin to become more accountable and I could become more significant by helping another person on their journey. And now it's been a life transformation for me. I now have coached for over 10 years. And this company has been around for almost 20 years as a health coaching company. And we've actually been listed as one of the most trustworthy companies in the country by Forbes magazine in 2016 and 2017. We have a rich medical heritage. Our medical director and our co-founder, Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, who's pictured here in the slide, he left traditional medicine almost 2 decades ago to create this opportunity, this network of people who really wanted to create health and well-being in their lives and who wanted to help the others around them to do the same thing. And over the last 20 years, he's been pioneering this concept called coaching, OPTAVIA coaching. It's different than health coaching because health coaching is oftentimes a generic term that is used by a lot of different people. OPTAVIA is about helping people to create more optimal days and helping them to create more well-being in their life. And his model of coaching was so unique and so transformational that actually it became very popular. We now have almost 25,000 coaches nationwide who are reaching out and helping people to take the next step on their journey and helping them to learn healthy habits. And what our uniqueness is that we're actually helping people to adopt healthy habits one at a time to create optimal well-being in their life. And there's many people that are suffering. I mean, you're probably well aware of the epidemic. Almost 71% of Americans are now struggling with their weight. And weight is just the beginning, but it's also the mother and father of all diseases, heart disease, cancers, diabetes. There's so many negative consequences of being at an unhealthy weight, but then there's also all the people that are struggling from the lack of finances or the lack of relationships and the lack of connectedness or community. And what OPTAVIA is doing is creating a system that brings all that together so everyone can have access to support, a simple meal plan, and a lifelong transformational system with a vibrant community of success. We call this the 4 components. And these four components are working together in a synergistic way to create the outcomes that we promise to individuals. The first component is the OPTAVIA coach. Everybody works with a coach, and every coach has a coach. We're a coaching organization. We're not a sales organization. We provide caring and knowledgeable support one-on-one at the speed of life. We talk to people on the phone. We do texting, emails. We meet people where they're at, and we meet them on the go, so they don't have to stop and slow down their life too much to learn how to become healthier. They're actually met in a relationship, and that relationship is there to provide them perspective, encouragement, guidance, and accountability. And we use a physician-led lifestyle program that's been written by co-founder Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. He's the 10th physician board certified in critical care, graduated as the valedictorian of his medical class, and he spent 2 decades actually working in traditional medicine as the department chair of the anesthesiology department at the Grandview Medical Center. He trained with some of the best physicians out there, but what he found was people weren't learning to become healthier. They were just simply reacting to the problems or the challenges that were dealt because of their lifestyle-related diseases. So he wrote this book and this system to help people to learn to install healthy habits one at a time. But he knew that they couldn't do it alone, so he partnered them with a health coaching model. And he trained a health coaching system, or created a health coaching system to train health coaches. So people like myself that have lost 100 pounds in the program, that didn't have a background in the medical community or as a health professional, could learn how to help people, including health professionals. But it's within our vibrant community of coaches where all the support and resources really come alive. We've got a virtual clinic where you have access to registered dietitians and licensed nutritionists, and we have weekly calls. So what our coaches are not is nutrition or personal training experts. Some of them may be, but most of them are people that just are passionate about helping people. And they're learning about health, and they're taking that information that's provided by the system and the resources that the community provides, and they're simply encouraging people to plug into it. We also have a very simple nutrition plan that provides simple nutrition choices and teaches people to eat throughout the day, every 2 to 3 hours. We teach people to drink more water, to become more hydrated so that they can satiate themselves and control their appetite. We teach people very practical principles of eating nutrient-dense, carbohydrate-controlled fueling and meal options. And we show them how to match protein and carbohydrates in a very simple meal plan to help them lose weight predictably. And that's one of the catalysts of our program, is that we speed up and create significant change because we're providing people with a system where they don't have to count points, they don't have to count carbs, and they don't have to count calories. They just simply follow a meal plan that's been provided by them and matched up to their personal interest and their health goals. And then they're coached through a system to learn how to create those healthy habits that are going to create the results that they desire and sustain it. And this program is attracting so many people to it because it's actually what people have been looking for, healthy lifestyle. And what most people were limited to because they couldn't afford to pay for a nutritionist or a professional coach or trainer. Only that was a few people that could do that. But now what we're doing is providing a cost-neutral program and personal coaching in a virtual clinic with a vibrant community and a simple meal plan for the same cost as what healthy groceries would cost. And that's attracting people like Dr. Amy Michelle Wilcoxon, who's a health professional, who's been passionate about health, but who also has their own health story and her own health struggle. And I can't wait for you to learn more about Amy's story. Amy Michelle, welcome to the webinar.
Well, thank you, David. Thanks for having me.
Well, share a little bit more about your journey in this process of becoming a health professional and running a very successful practice and then going through your own transformation.
Well, David, it's amazing. I have to say kudos to the girls, the women, for the talk before this. It was wonderful. I always learned something, and it was truly amazing tonight, so thank you. I've been teaching and preaching this stuff for years, 20 years in my career, and so I love the topic and the content of all of the Habits of Health webinars. 9 years ago, well, 20 years, I think I've been a healthcare professional. 9 years ago, I was in a health crisis. And I had my health and my life, quite frankly, were in shambles. I was very successful business owner, faculty, associate faculty at the chiropractic college. I had interns. I was lettered in health and wellness and had advanced degrees and was teaching it all the time. And what I found was that when I found myself in the doctor's office in my health crisis, I found that I was a know-it-all, but I wasn't doing it all. And unfortunately, I waited until it was too late. I had serious digestive issues. I did not sleep at night. I slept 4 hours a night. I had very unhealthy eating habits and had been a yo-yo dieter all my life. I don't think I had a healthy fat for 2 decades or maybe even 4 decades. I don't know. I had no social life. I was barely fitting spirituality in, and I was physically fried, emotionally exhausted, professionally. I was burning out. I loved my passion. I loved my purpose. I loved healing people and teaching people and taking care of people, but I was just a mess physically. So I had a decision to make. And I decided that I would organize my life around my health, and I had to decide to put my health first and my life first. And I reprioritized, I organized everything around my health to the point of my husband and I deciding to sell my business in Minnesota and move to Iowa and back home for me. And we did that. And then I proceeded to hire health coaches for, several different health coaches, a team of them, to help me get my own life and health back and support me and guide me and lead me. And I found that one of the things that was wrong was that I did know it all, but knowing and information and degrees did not mean or equal implementation. I needed help. I needed coaching. I needed someone to hold me accountable and a plan to follow and follow up with me. I'm just like everyone else. I got busy with life and let my priorities get all out of whack. So I had to go back and really reestablish those healthy habits in my own life, even though I knew what they were. And I've done all this. My husband and I together have replaced all of our bad habits with good. We've been 1,000% committed to our new lifestyle, our new healthy lifestyle. And we've gotten healthy in all aspects of our life, like physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and otherwise. Even occupationally, we're both very excited about what we're doing. So I'm thrilled to say that we have got it all together now, and it's an amazing life. It really is. It's one that I've never dreamed I could have. And not only did I lose the 35 pounds that I had gained over the years in my business, but I had gotten my health and my life back again. So, and one thing I began to worry about was I loved the transformation that was happening with myself and my husband, but I didn't know how to provide it to people in a way that was affordable, in a way that they could do it in the time, in a time appropriate way, because no one could do what I did and spend the kind of money I spent on my team of health coaches. So I began to worry about, I had my own clients, but how do I help more people in a more affordable way and an easier way? And then I ran across a colleague of mine, a very well-respected colleague of mine, had been using this health coaching system in her private consulting business. And she introduced it to me. I looked into it, I researched it, and I found that it was my dream come true for all of my clients. And for me personally, I had been thinking for years about, well, maybe I'm going to write a book, or I'll develop a program, or I'll put a website out and I'll get my own program. And I thought, wow, this whole, the whole system is amazing because it's already there. It's already in order. It's already what I'm preaching and teaching. It's exactly what I believe, and it perfectly matched with my purpose and passion professionally. And my company, my consulting company, was even called Happy Health Habits. So I absolutely love that the tagline of this is lifelong lifestyle transformation, because that's what I've been all about all along. So I've got to, I'm sure, wrap this up because I could talk a lot longer, but I think the business model fits me perfectly. Again, with my passion and purpose, it also fits me personally, because really my passion is to reveal truth to people and inspire change and empower people and transform lives. So it all fits. And even now professionally, being able to do more in consulting, provide a safe program, a convenient program, a comprehensive program that I could never provide on my own, has been astounding. So I can't get over the results. Again, the comprehensiveness, everything that is available to people that I can now provide. It's all there for me. It's all built out, and I just have to help people. And that is really fun. So professionally, I'm just thrilled. It really is a dream come true. And it's helping me to stay anchored in my healthy habits as well. So I couldn't be happier to be here. I'm so glad I ran into you, David, and Amber and Kat and everyone. It's been just a wonderful journey. So thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this community. And it's just been a wonderful fun already. And it's only been 4 months or so.
Great. Well, we love hearing stories like yours and health professionals that, have gone through the process of paying for help, and then now who see that there's this opportunity to use the cost of groceries and actually provide health coaching in so many different areas like physical, mental, financial. And this trilogy of optimal health is really what sets OPTAVIA apart. And there's a lot of different benefits of why people decide to become an OPTAVIA coach. The bullet points on your screen are just a simple summary of some of the most popular reasons of why to do it. But rather than talk about benefits, I'd rather have you hear about more benefits from people who are real life people. And now we're going to throw it over to Amber Smithson, who's one of our top coaches, who's been around for over a decade, but who doesn't come from a health professional background. She was just passionate about people and passionate about health. Welcome to the webinar, Amber.
Thanks for having me on, David. I sure appreciate you. One thing, this picture that you're seeing here is actually, the left side is 10 years ago, and the right side is just a couple of months ago. And I chose this picture not because this shows my weight loss, because it actually doesn't show my weight loss at all. I lost 35 pounds before I knew anything about magical chocolate mint bars, which I wish I would have known about that when I was losing my weight. But I lost 35 pounds, and I made some big shifts in my habits, in how I moved my body and fueled my body. But what I didn't know anything about was the healthy mindset side of it. I was able to get healthier, but we were struggling. My husband, Jared, and I were struggling financially. We were struggling mentally. We were just really in a place where, like you're in the rat race, like you're running on the hamster wheel and you can't ever get off of it, and you don't feel like you're ever moving forward. That's how we felt in our lives and in our finances especially. We were approached by my mom, who is my health coach now. I love her to death, about coaching, and she said, Amber, this program is everything you believe in nutritionally and what you taught me when you were getting healthy, and I tried to help her before she found OPTAVIA. And it wasn't until I read Dr. A's Habits of Health book that I saw the vision. And just like Dr. Amy Michelle was saying, I said, this is exactly what I believe in. And so up to that point, when we signed up as coaches 10 years ago, we were really struggling financially, and we actually hadn't made a house payment in 6 months. And my husband and I were worried. We didn't know if the bank was going to come and say, get on out of your house, and what was going to happen and where we would be left. And there was a lot of turmoil, there was a lot of stress, and we all know that when you're having stress in your finances or in your mindset, that it shows up in ways in your body. I was having anxiety attacks. It was just a really hard time in my life and in our marriage. And when we signed up to be health coaches. And it was just more of a like shot in the dark. Have you ever done that before where you're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to fix this. I was in the fixing mindset, but I knew I had to do something different. And so we signed up and it was amazing. It was truly probably the biggest, and it was the best decision that I've made in my life other than marrying my husband. And what I found is I found a community of people who loved me, who wanted the best for me, who wanted to help me move forward. You don't get that everywhere you go. You don't. And I found people who had positive mindsets, people who wanted to get better, people who wanted to grow. And I had never really experienced that. It was more like with a fixed mindset, like somebody else's success would really threaten yours. And one thing that I can say was a huge blessing was that coaching saved our home. Within our second full month of coaching, we actually made almost to the dollar, which to this day, I will tell you that was a blessing from the Lord that we were able to make our house payment for the first time in 6 months and just have that hope again that we were going to be okay. And here's the thing is I was getting calls from clients who were saying, Amber, oh my goodness, I've lost 10 pounds and I'm feeling great. Or Amber, I rode a bicycle with my grandson. I haven't been on a bicycle in 20 years. And I was like, how is this possible that we are able to provide for our family and increase our healthy finances and help people move forward in their health? It's just the best setup that you could ever want. And now 10 years later, my husband and I, the last 10 years of our marriage have been completely different than the first 10 years. We just celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary in Hawaii in that picture that David showed earlier. And I can tell you that we have spent more quality time with our children. We've really just been able to organize our life around what matters most to us, which is our family, which is our faith, which is getting into our community and helping people. And we couldn't have had that if my mom didn't find OPTAVIA and offer that to us. So eternally grateful. Thank you so much for having me on the webinar tonight, David.
Wow, what an amazing story. And, we have people from all different walks of life, and we just picked a handful of some of the successful coaches, some who just had a few months of experience and some who've had over a decade of experience. And so regardless of where you're at, whether you're, maybe you're morbidly obese like I was, or maybe you're at a point where you're doing pretty well physically, but maybe you're struggling with the mental piece and you're looking for more success and significance and opportunity and a chance to create some more freedoms in your life like Amber just talked about. Or maybe you're somebody that is a health professional and you're looking for a way to help your patients. There's an opportunity for everybody to do health coaching. And the progressive growth model gives you an opportunity to choose how you want to do coaching. You can choose to work with coaching clients, or you can choose to work with coaching clients and you can actually train other coaches, which, we're all limited to 168 hours a week. So that's the maximum number of hours that we get in a week. So we can choose to help the number of people that fit into our week, or we can expand our week by simply expanding the number of people that we train and equip to become coaches. And the cool thing is OPTAVIA pays you to train and equip coaches to become successful. And you don't get paid for getting them to become a coach. That's not one of those kind of programs. You get paid by helping them to become successful. And then if you want to train up and equip people to become business coaches, you can become a business leader and you can create more freedom in your life by helping other people to create freedom in their life. So how does it work for coaches? It's very relational. It's not a sales gig. It's all focused on creating optimal health and well-being. You're independent. You choose your hours. You're self-employed. You choose the work that you want to do, and you get paid for doing the work. And if you don't do the work, you don't get paid anything because it's not a job. It's an opportunity. And there's no income floor and there's no income ceiling. So if you want to make as much as you want to earn, you can. And if you don't want to make anything, you can choose that as well. It's low startup. It's $199 to become a coach. There's no inventory and it's not wholesale buying. So you're not buying wholesale and then turning around and selling it retail. You're simply helping people to plug into a system. and then you get paid for the people that you plug into the system, and you get paid to support them. And you can work anywhere. You can have a phone or a laptop computer. You can travel internationally and coach people because it's all a virtual business. And there's no quotas or monthly minimums, so you don't have to hit a certain volume to get paid. You get paid for the work that you do, whether you choose to coach one person or a whole bunch of people. And Kat Fuller's another great story I want to wrap up with tonight, because she's got her own story. She's like me. She's an athlete, and she got a little bit out of the game of life by just getting busy with life. And I can't wait for you to tell, or her to tell you, how she's winning with life and winning with OPTAVIA. Kat, welcome to the webinar.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here with these amazing people and these stories, and to follow those two incredible stories. I feel a little inadequate and like I'm falling into a fixed mindset here over here. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy, but I am so grateful to be here. And my story actually, I played two sports in college. I played volleyball and I played softball, and I thought I knew nutrition. I thought I knew what to do, and life went on. I graduated, I moved, I had a life, a career, everything. Ironically, it's interesting. Dr. Amy Michelle was talking about her heart to help others. And when I was in college, I really did want to go into the medical field, but, I didn't want to spend the time to learn the hard things. Like physics did not come naturally to me. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going that way. I went another direction, and I have lived an amazing, awesome life. I have 4 boys, and about 6.5 years ago, I had just had my last kid, and I was playing volleyball with Amber, who you met earlier, and I was complaining about my weight. And I'd seen her working with so many of our friends and seeing people get happy and healthy. And I was just like, yeah, I got to lose this 35 pounds. Like, really, that's what I need. So I just reached out, and, she helped me. She helped me lose 35 pounds. And my husband actually jumped on board with me. We lost 75 pounds in about 4 months together, and results not typical. And we really just kind of were like, this is amazing. This is great. My husband owned a business. He worked a lot of hours. Like, there were a lot of nights I didn't see him, and he would come home and he'd put the kids to bed for me because I was done. I was exhausted. And we actually saw ourselves maintain this amazing, healthy, easy way of eating. And we were like, yeah, this is really cool. Maybe we should do something with this. And we actually even considered starting our own company somehow, and looking at the cost and the inventory and all there's so much. And I just said, let me see what I can do with this health coaching thing. Let's just see what OPTAVIA has. And I just kind of went all in and decided to just help people. I had a heart to serve others, and I knew there were people that felt like I did before. And it was an amazing experience. The first OPTAVIA event I went to, I met the most incredible people. The community Amber was sharing earlier is truly our family now. They're our people, and I love them so much. And I just knew everything I wanted, everything I was looking for from a business perspective, from a professional perspective, from a mindset and growth. I always have been into personal and professional growth. It was all there. And I was like, this is almost too good to be true. I went to an event, and I called my husband, and I was like, I'm never going alone to one of these things. You're coming with me because this is incredible. And a few months later, he actually ended up leaving his business partners and joined me full time. So our youngest 2 kids, we have a 16, 13, 10, 7-year-old boys. And our oldest, we were getting ready to say goodnight and saying our family prayers. And my oldest said to the younger kids, he said, you guys, I want you to know how lucky you are that you only know mom and dad as coaches. You get this special opportunity. I didn't see dad that much as a kid. And they recognize that, and they see the life we're living. And I went on a field trip with my first grader today, and I didn't have to worry about getting work off or asking somebody if they could cover for me. I got to just go enjoy time and make new friends and watch these hilarious first graders run around a museum for 3 hours. And it was a blast. We get to live our lives the way we want to live, with the most important things at the forefront. And I'm so excited and grateful for that. I can't help but share it with other people. And I get to do this with my best friend. My husband and I share this as a job, and it's such a blessing. Like Amber and Dr. Amy Michelle said, it's such a blessing. So thank you for having me. I just love sharing with you all and this amazing community.
Your enthusiasm is infectious, Kat, and we love your story, because it's stories like that that compel us to reach out to more people and to be bold about what it is that we have. We've got the goods. We've got the comprehensive training system. You can learn health coaching while you're earning an income. You don't have to go back to school or get your designation or certification before you start helping people, because we use a mentorship team. Your business coach is your mentor, and that business coach actually will show you how to coach people. And we use this team coaching approach, so you're never alone. And you can work at your own pace, so you don't have somebody pushing you along. You can choose to work at whatever pace you want to. But if you really want to go and you really want to grow and help a lot of people, there's all kinds of great training events. And there's some really special things that are happening right now that I can't tell you all the details about, but they're about to be released. So reach out to the person that invited you. Let them know that you're interested in exploring it. You don't have to make a commitment tonight or tomorrow, but look into it, explore it. And if you decide it's a good fit for you and you want to join our mission to get the world healthy, we'd love to have you become a partner with us, and we'd love to give you a helping hand to achieve your goals in creating lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. On behalf of Kat, Amber, and Dr. Amy Michelle Wilcoxon, thanks for joining us tonight. If you enjoyed this video and you're watching a recording, be sure to share it with somebody and let them know that you thought that they might be interested in this. Have a good night, everybody.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.